Our 7th award, Charity Champion, sponsored by Creed's Printers and presented by Andrew Harrison. As soon as we publicised these awards, nominations for our next award winner started to trickle in from all corners of West Dorset. That trickle soon became a torrent. It was clear that farmer and charity worker extraordinaire Henry Smith was highly respected and admired by all and sundry. Again, it is difficult to do justice to Henry in such a short time, and I suspect he might be a little embarrassed by some of the things I'm about to say about him. His service to his beloved West Dorset and his fundraising feats is the stuff of legend, but it could have been so different. From being an active farmer with a high profile in the agricultural world, Henry was struck down by an hereditary kidney complaint that killed his father and paternal grandmother at an early age. Close to death, Henry received a heart and kidney transplant at the world-famous Harefield Hospital in Middlesex on March the 4th, 1991. Remember that date. It was a life-changing experience as well as a life-saving one. Since then, Henry has dedicated himself to raising money to help other kidney sufferers, starting by raising money to support the Scanner Appeal in Dorset and an appeal to open a kidney unit in Dorchester. At the time, the nearest centre was in Portsmouth, which involved a round 200-mile trip. His work went far beyond the boundaries of Dorset, but the Smith family have made an indelible imprint locally by organising each year, on March the 4th, the anniversary of Henry's transplant, a ball, and this event alone has raised around £60,000 for various departments at Dorset County Hospital, as well as health charities and Dorset Air Ambulance. His list of commitment to his home village of Bettiscombe and the many organisations and activities that he belonged to would take us long into this evening. In one nomination received, it was stated that Henry is forever grateful for his donor organs, which has enabled him to enjoy the quality of life and the pleasure of seeing 2 daughters grow up and marry, and his 4 grandchildren. They are, as you can imagine, inordinately proud of their granddad. Ladies and gentlemen, the West Dorset Local Charity Champion is Henry Smith of Bettiscombe.
Well, thank you for all those kind words, Phil. I think Phil has basically said everything about what Henry can do. I mean, but he has got 3 daughters. Yeah. He's raised money for many other charities apart from the ones mentioned, and a very worthy recipient of this award is Henry Smith.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank the Lyme Media News and View, and also Creed's for sponsoring this award. I think we've had a marvellous evening here tonight, and the total now is 70,000 that I've raised, and we're handing out £8,500 next week to 7 different charities. So it's marvellous that tonight a lot of volunteers are being recognised, and it's marvellous that there are so many volunteers in West Dorset that do so much good. And I'd just like to say that I couldn't do all the fundraising I do without the help of my wife and 1 daughter that's in England. The other 2 are in New Zealand. So thank you very much indeed for this evening, and I hope you prosper very well.
As So we come to our last award, last but by no means least, of course, and this is sponsored by Clipper Tees and presented by Claire Tuck. Cecil Quick is in his 91st year with failing eyesight. He served in the army in the Second World War and has been connected with the Royal British Legion for more than 65 years. He has been president of the Lyme branch for nigh on 40 years and still plays an active part in the running of Legion affairs in his hometown, especially the Remembrance Parade and service. Even at the age of 90, he acted as the parade marshal and plays a prominent role in the annual Festival of Remembrance, leading one of Dorset's most active Legion branches with pride and distinction. As well as his work for the Royal British Legion, Mr. Quick, during his years as a local builder, he tells me tonight he built more than 200 houses in Lyme Regis, which is a feat in its own right with our creeping cliffs, I have to say. He supervised the building of the hospital extension with voluntary labour and also the lifeboat station. There have been many other kind deeds along the way. Mr. Quick is a supreme example of serving his community in a no-nonsense fashion, quietly going about his duties with little fuss or recognition, setting an example to those many years his junior. He epitomises all that is to be admired by so many who give so much in the cause of helping others, which is what the Legion does best in so many ways. So ladies and gentlemen, our last award this evening, West Dorset's Community Champion, is Mr. Cecil Quick.
Well, good evening, Philip. Thank you very much for that. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you also for providing this lovely evening. It's really been nice. It's been a good evening. I don't know who has provided me with the votes for this award, but no doubt I shall find out one day before it's too late. I do thank everybody who has given me this award, and I look forward to carrying on the work I've been doing the whole of my life, which is now, I'm afraid, running out.
No, it's not.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
I would like to thank the management and staff of Highlands End Holiday Park for hosting tonight's dinner. It was an excellent meal and nothing has been too much trouble for them in the organisation and staging of this event. My thanks also go to our Dorset General Manager, Stuart Broom, who was undertaking most of the organisation of this event in his usual efficient manner. A final thank you to you, our sponsors, for your generosity. But most of all, I want to thank those of you who have won awards tonight for honouring us with your presence, and indeed all those who were nominated. There were over 50 nominations in all, with dozens more flowing in after the nomination deadline. As newspaper people, we see at first hand what gargantuan efforts go into making our lives more comfortable, more rewarding and more compassionate. You are truly West Dorset's local champions. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed.